Alright, we are here. We're live, and it's go time. Last we left off, we had reached the Mistburned Barrens, talked to Anise, Pokey, and Waiting Sorrow about things going on, and we explored the northern part of the map, finding a army of ghosts, Yagan, and a few other things.
You can't escape us!
Let's see. Oh, we also found a wisp that we were following around. A wisp that we found out to be Mabon. And now we're trying to follow that wisp and find it.
Charged up!
Mount on our Warclaw. Sniff. Gotta grab this. Gotta look around for it. Hello there.
Wisp spotted. It's hovering near a bloodstone.
You could try the Heart of the Obscure again.
That didn't work out so well last time.
Hear me out. Given their proximity to the city, these shards were likely drained long ago. Between the Titans and the Maraud exhausting them, it's unlikely they're volatile. Hopefully.
Charged up! A letter. Unexpected, but better than the alternative. You were right. The heart didn't cause an explosion. But it did yield a letter.
What?
To Manikaz. Sounds like the Maraud ramped up their sacrifices right before the door of Kamali opened.
Plenty of good that did them. Well, I'd keep watch for more wisps. Trust Mabon to guide you.
Manikaz, Lazarus tells me you are now solely in charge of the Sanguine Crater site. I will not waste my time with congratulations. You and I both know you wish to be here at the door of Kamali. Our forces in the Shiver Peaks have been routed by the Shining Blade, the Deldrimor, and their allies. Some of our own have even noted that they resist our spectral magic, secrets that were supposed to have died with the Seers. We are struggling to keep the soul batteries replenished. I suspect the forces beyond the door are working their end with increased intensity, which is why I am writing to you. Our sacrifices at Bloodstone Fen and here have not been enough. One of my little mice in the grass tells me you are researching a potential connection between bloodstones, an easier way to transport souls betwixt shards. Should this be true, then consider this next statement an official directive. You are to commence with further sacrifices starting with the remaining humans in Kudan. Once they are gone, begin to round up our dissidents, the insane, and the weak. They will have the privilege of serving the cause. If you do this, Lazarus and I will see that your discovery is lauded for centuries. Be prepared to transfer the souls to the Kamali site. Do not fail us. Mercia. Now we're heading back up north-ish to the center of the map.
Should get a closer look.
No! I beg you, please! I can't take anymore!
I won't hurt you.
I won't fall!
Feel the burn!
No! Stop!
That was a blast. Who would enjoy this? No wonder Mabon felt conflicted. You bear no resemblance to such monsters, Mabon.
Let's see, heading back up this way.
Charged up! Over there. Could it
Oh,
be?
come on.
Afraid to see what evil lurks in these pages. Mabon, what exactly are you trying to tell me?
is over. Kamali is bleeding titans, and Lazarus has sent one final warning across the scrying eyes. A human lich wields the scepter of Or and has opened portals across Tyria.
Spilling
Oh.
over. Wayfinder, collect
Yeah.
and shield yourself against his attacks.
Like rats.
Yeah. So that's from Guild Wars 1. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I have recently played a lot of the Guild Wars 1 story for the first time, so yeah, that suddenly this makes a lot more sense. Okay, human lich wields the scepter of Or and has opened portals across Tyria. I must assume one of them has been opened nearby. Seraph is supposed to be waiting soon. How can I face him? I spilled the blood of my kin across the stone the other day on Mercia's order. I remember, at Guildless, he could barely float. Barak caught him trying to teleport away. His blood stains my armor still. Why wasn't Orestes there to save him? Where did that contemptible old fool flee? Did he know what was about to happen? Was that a scream in the distance? Has it started? I cannot let everything collapse here. There must be something in my notes in my lab.
Should get a closer look. It's all right. I'm here to help.
Too late for help. He's gone. I'm not too far behind.
You saw Manakaz die?
Not dead. Hiding. Fled to the Golden Lake. The city is falling. He's afraid.
You'll get what's coming to him.
You. The pain is gone. I don't understand how, but thank you.
He can't hurt you anymore. How do you know he's at the Golden Lake?
He speaks to himself. At first I thought someone might be with him, out of sight. But I soon realized he was arguing with himself. Occasionally, at first, and then constantly.
Interesting. Well, you've earned some peace and quiet. Rest now.
Feel the burn.
I found a lead. Some of the bloodstone shards still had ghosts tethered to them, just like in Sanguine Crater. Victims of Manakaz. Apparently, he hid at the Golden Lake as the city fell.
Your
On my way
construct is
now.
gone, Mursat.
The Wisp seems to be following Manakaz's route. Even the Bond was following his path of destruction.
That's as good a lead as we've found so far. I'll bring backup. See you soon.
Yeah? What about
I wish I could have different levels of volume for story voice lines to like meta voice lines.
This will not be my end.
Because I'm trying to enjoy the story here, and that
There's
meta
that
event is just going on. Goodness me.
It's almost serene, if you forget where you are.
Feel the burn.
Strength is mine!
Kill them.
Feel the burn! Earth!
Oh, I didn't let it charge up to the final step.
Charge lightning bolt! Strength is mine! Feel the burn! Charged up!
Did I really just not hit you with any of that? Really? That's
was
crazy.
A blast. They'll burn. Charged up.
of you go invisible. Here, okay. All of you do your thing.
Lightning! Feel the burn! Charged up! That was a blast! Charged up! Flames are my friend. Feel the burn! Strength is mine!
Oh, come on.
Water! More bloodstone. Looks substantial.
There we go.
You think this is the end? I am the blood phenom. With this stone, I will outlast every one of you. Stop! Please! No! Stop!
Doesn't sound like he's having a good time.
Spirits.
Scuttler.
Feel the burn! Faster!
We're gonna fight another Titan next patch.
Close to dying. Charged up.
I don't remember.
Great, now help!
Oh, Commander, we came as quickly as I could. Hi, Anise. Forgot you don't have voice lines.
Ready for more. Great. Feel the burn! Ha! Extra damage. Lightning. Lightning bolt! That was a blast. Look! There it goes.
Still can't go there.
Charged up.
Now we can. Hey, Mabon, how you doing?
Torn to shreds, bleeding out, alone in the dirt. I hope you felt every bit of it. In the name of each life you massacred, I hope you writhe beneath this future you so desperately feared. Still too merciful an ending for you. At least whoever did you in made fine work of it. Who's there?
His voice. I
I know.
He was in pursuit of someone.
And now, it appears, we are as well.
Any idea who? Was there ever something he said? Or did?
This is something best discussed away from here. We could all use a moment to get our bearings.
If it's all the same to you, Anise, I'm going to stay out here a bit longer.
Of course, Commander. Come see me when you're ready. In the meantime, some rest would do me well. S. This is the last letter I wanted to write, and I'm certain it'll never find its way to you. I just wanted to surprise you, S. I wanted to live and grow old with you, but I don't think I'm ever getting out of this chamber. My tomb. The unseen ones. These foul, awful beings that we worshipped, they're going to sacrifice me next, after all we did for them. Just before we were brought here, I found you a ring, and I stashed it in my pocket. They never took it from me when we arrived, which surprised me. It belonged to one of the villagers, before the twins, before they killed all of them. I found it in the pile of trinkets that they kept. Is that awful of me, after all we did to those people? Is my desperation so cruel? It's not like it matters anyway. The unseen ones brought me to this chamber and locked me inside. I'm alone in here, and I'm not getting out. Whenever I sleep, I hear whispers. When I wake up, I feel weaker. I don't know what kind of torture this is, but the subtlety is maddening. They left me a paper to write and a little bit of food to eat. It's as if they don't want me to die, not yet, but they do want me to suffer. Just before they put me in here, I managed to hide your ring under a bush while their backs were turned, just outside the gate to the lakeside holding facility. Was it west of here? My memory worsens by the hour. The room feels smaller, and while writing this, there's just no way you'll find my letter. In fact, I hope you don't. I can only hope now that your death is kinder than mine. I hope you never see this place. Knowing what I know now, instead of burying the ring, I should have placed it in near the wall where we last kissed. We crossed that very spot while they escorted me to my fate. Do you remember that day, S, when they brought us all to the lake and let us swim and bathe? It was as if they wanted us to feel joy, albeit briefly, so that our suffering would feel all the worse. Gods, have mercy. Forgive us. S. Remember, you could actually find the ring. I don't remember where, but there was an achievement for it.
Countess.
You know, when I first met him, I wasn't sure I trusted him. His motives seemed hazy. But Livia trusted him, which meant something, and she was right. My fears seem silly now.
You were being cautious. Even Mabon had reservations about his own kind.
He's made that clear. You could hear it in his voice. What are we missing, Mabon? We don't have time for games. The Alliance is growing impatient, and not just Livia and Ludo.
Well, the only place I haven't been yet is the Central region. Not exactly a lead, but...
That's all that's left. Commander, sorry to be so maudlin. I'm sure that this feeling of helplessness will pass, eventually. I get it. I didn't know him long, but I could see Mabon was special. You must have quite the extraordinary picture of Mabon from your few encounters with him. He wasn't always plagued by this much excitement. He could be boring, too. Those might be the moments I miss the most. Politics is a strange world. Makes you question motives. Which people care about me? Which do people care more about? Me or what I could do for them? Once I came to truly know Mabon, that was never a question. He was genuine. In that regard, you two are very alike. I believe you would have grown to be dear friends had time allowed for it.
Charged up. Knew you'd come through.
Hey, look, it's a wisp.
Very funny. But like Anise said, there's no time for games. I wonder if my war claw could pick up on any leads. Worth a shot. Picking up on something?
Magical signature.
On the scent?
Up. Up. Along here.
On the scent?
Then from here. Ah.
Good job, you. It wants us to follow it into Bavanisos. And we're back to square one. Anise, I located another wisp. It's leading me into the city.
Of course it is. Hold tight. I'll send it back up to help examine the area. Surely we've overlooked something.
Charged up.
Penance for the past.
Now what? I guess I could just forge ahead. Or take a moment to look around.
We're gonna investigate. We're gonna find some things. Overbearing Mersat ghost.
Feel the burn! Charged up.
Let's see.
This place is full of surprises.
Hunt
They
summons.
sure feared his Scarin.
The Mask Scourge. This is your summons. The hunt begins for Iskarin, the Mask Scourge. Very few of our enemies remain, but he should not be underestimated. Iskarin gained passage into Bavanisos undetected and killed Yugon in broad daylight. She was among her peers and family, and the assassination was executed at the height of preparations for the ceremony of the Rabbit's Moon. Thus, Iskarin is considered detrimental to the Mersat vitality. As is tradition, the final life breath of the enemy should be gifted to the mate of the victim. If you are able to locate Iskarin, please bring him to me alive. If bringing him back to Bavanisos becomes problematic, killing the enemy may be your only option. Even though the Mask Scourge was exiled by his people, he continues to seek revenge for the death of their leader, Sydney. If he has the coin advantage, he will win. Huh. Impressive. Truth of History, a treatise by Nia Grinvald, 984 AE, after Exodus. It has been said by some that the events of the past are built upon a foundation of facts as solid as any castle or fortress. But as any student of architectural knowledge can tell you, the foundation of a castle can be found to have cracks or even outright falsehoods spread about the stability of its construction. So too can bedrock perception be replete with lies, deceptive information and propaganda. It is incumbent upon those who undertake the study of history to continue to apply time-honored methods of critically discerning fact from fiction, even in, perhaps even especially so, texts that are considered sacrosanct by those currently who hold power. It is never enough to simply take the words themselves as factual without verification and independent corroboration of the evidence, no matter how convincing. Take the stories of our own gods, for example. We know they existed, for their works remain for us to study to this day, and from those works we can certainly say with confidence that they were incredibly powerful entities. Beyond that, however, what can be independently verified about their story upon their arrival upon Terria? How about their involvement in our own origins as humans? There are conflicting reports, conflicting dates, conflicting facts, and little firm evidence to verify any single detail. This book will seek to illuminate the rest of the text is illegible, likely due to water damage. This pile of discarded clothing is soiled, but the style of the garments is like nothing you've ever seen before. It seems strangely intact given how old they appear to be. Strange tablet runes.
What does it mean?
The bulk of the text on the stone tablet is written in a form of Mursat language too archaic for you to read, except for 4 stanzas written in the common tongue. When birdsong trills in crisp, clean air, and new life springs from soil fair, we call to thee. Then comes the warmth of the sun's embrace, to glint upon their upturned face, we summon thee. To catch the leaves before their fall, one must hearken to arbor's call, we offer to thee. At last we feel the cold winds bite, and in the seal of mother's spite, we welcome thee. Barboza. Well, I know what that is. Hold on. It's spring. Yeah, so spring. Yeah, spring, summer, fall, winter. So, spring. Over here, Life Spring Talisman. Midsummer, so summer's next. It's over here.
Charged up.
Warmth riding over his skin and hear crash of ocean waves. Arboreal. Hear crunching of fallen leaves and smell the acrid tang of approaching rain.
Fascinating.
Feel the chill across your skin and hear crackling of wood stove burning.
That was a blast. They'll burn. Fired up.
Well, then if we head back over this
Let's
one.
put that nose of yours to work again. Just in case. Nothing? Might be too much magic interference. I guess we'll do this the old-fashioned way.
Hi there, Barboza.
Kill 'em! Feel the burn! Strength is mine! Lightning, feel the burn! Charged up.
Hello there. This room had a lot of stuff to do it.
I have just learned that Yagan is dead. Felled by the seer exile.
Iscarin? Her mind had abandoned logic if she willingly pursued the masked scourge.
I would expect no remorse
Charged
in
up.
your tone, Overseer.
Her spectral agony killed his people's premier. Yagan was never going to win that battle.
Ceremony of passing.
Yagan killed the Seer leader and turned the war. No wonder Iskarin hunted her down.
Ceremony of passing will be held in 3 days. 3 moons to honor the death of Yagan. Yagan was the best of our minds. Her work birthing spectral agony into Tyria, the final plague of the Seers, won our millennia-old war when she used it to ambush and kill the so-called immortal leader. With the death of our enemy, Sidney, the last of the major Seer ranks, Yagan granted us a sterling victory. Yagan was killed 2 dawns past. Her ceremony will be hosted by the Archsteward Kelsa at the edge of the Golden Lake. The ceremony will begin at dusk and will endure until the smoke of her offering table turns red. All will be forbidden to speak for the duration of the following sunrise until sundown. So Yagan is the one who killed the leader and invented spectral agony. That's crazy. I already looked at that one.
All of the efforts spent retrieving the mist skid. We cannot open it. The door of Kamali is about to burst at the seams. But there's no escaping it now. I hope they're watching. Wherever they are. Home. You sent us to die.
Spectral agony.
Spectral agony. Yagan deserved to die for bringing such vile magic here.
Of the many weapons within our enemy's arsenal, spectral agony continues to prove itself the most dangerous and terrible of them all. Not only does it inflict the most excruciating pain imaginable without causing a single wound, but it also saps the victim's will to fight against it, crushing down upon them until they can no longer think of anything but the pain. That the Mersat would even devise such a spell speaks volumes about their capacity for cruelty and savagery, and gives our people every reason to oppose them at every turn. There can be no reasoning with such beings, no peace that can be brokered when such methods are employed. This council would do well to heed my call on this matter even in my exile, lest we find ourselves groveling before these foul beings and their ultimate weapon of control. We must act, and act now. Sounds like so it sounds like in that was Iskarin's notes.
Don't touch that.
This distinctly shaped monument is weathered and worn, making the glyphs engraved into its surface mostly unreadable. Using the heart, you can make out the words heroic and sacrifice. So probably to, if it's a Mersat monument, it's probably to Yagan. The sacrifice of bringing Iskarin down upon her, but heroic in ending the war and as a win for the Mersat. Introducing their most terrible weapon. You know,
Charged up.
there's also that.
Feel the burn. Power. Fired up. Feel the burn. Charged up.
Rude.
I'm unstoppable.
Propaganda pamphlet. Baba Nisos, a marvel.
Sure, we're modest.
Baba Nisos stands as the greatest city in all of Tyria, and is thanks to a benevolent and uncompromising vision of a grand future with the Mersat as the rightful shepherds of this land and its citizens. Though the other intelligent races of our world have contributed to the development of this world in their own small ways, it is only the gracious charity and industriousness of the Mersat that has ensured such a place could be built. It shines out as an example to all beings with eyes to see that with the faith and steadfastness and the glory of the Mersat as the driving force in Tyria, all things may fall within our grasp. Man. Oh, fun thing I can point out. If you go up here. And up here. There's a brown cow on a portal. This brown cow has traveled so far and been in places like Jahai Bluffs from Living Run Season 4, the Zephyrite place, which from that Festival of Four Winds. It has been here now. It's also been... Hold on. It's been in a lot of different places. Let's see. Specific confused brown cow. Yeah, so it's places of Ashford. It's been in Diesa Plateau. It's been in... No. Hold on. That's not it. That's just in normal places. Hold on 1 second. The specific one. Got it. Okay, so this one has been Labyrinthine Cliffs, Jahai Bluffs, Dragon's End, the story mission Into the Obscure, from Secrets of the Obscure, and Penance for the Past, which is the one we're in now. Yeah, that's where it is. So it's been in a lot of different places.
This place is full of surprises.
Alright. Now, let's follow Mumban.
Feel the burn! That was a blast. Seriously? Charged up. Feel the burn. Lightning bolt.
It's gonna run out. Nope. Found it.
There you are. Wait. I was headed for that gate. And I see people over there. Maybe they saw something I missed.
Eliminate Katla and Brazen Sunrise.
Did either of you see a wisp floating nearby?
A brief flicker caught my eye's corner, but it vanished before I got a closer look.
Afraid I was too focused on my work to notice it. This gate's taken up my full attention since we arrived.
Any progress on entry?
Not yet. All I can tell so far is that the gate doesn't seem to be Mersat magic. The force sealing it is on a power scale all its own. So is the distance the enchantment covers.
I'll be surveying nearby. Keep me updated.
Keep kindled your life fire, Wayfinder. The dark is death's watchman.
Wayfinder, closer to me.
Oh, hi there. How we doing?
Wayfinder. And he said you found another wisp. She's busy fielding pressure from the Alliance about entering Bavanisos.
What do they expect her to do? We're trying everything we can.
We're at an impasse on all accounts. The wisp led right to the gate. Seems Mabon also wants us inside the city.
Of course he does. It's the epicenter of the Mersat's demise.
You say that as if the Mersat hadn't already anointed these grounds with their blood.
She's back.
Like a common household pest. I'm putting an end to this now.
Strength is mine!
And you wonder why we never got along.
That was a blast.
Hubris always was the downfall of your kind.
Feel the burn! Charged up.
I'm on fire. Someone heal me.
Charged up. Feel the burn!
This is who you bring into battle, Isgarin. A child, an old
Kill her.
Working on it.
Have you tired of your antics yet? I certainly have.
Expect me to fall to my knees, begging for death. A coward's end may suit Mabon, but it doesn't befit me.
You cower in shadow like a cockroach fearing light, fearing what it might reveal you for. A disgusting, worthless little vermin. Yet you deem Mabon the coward.
Charged up. Feel the burn.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt that.
Strength is mine. Air. Charged up. Feel the burn.
You don't know what you're up
Charged up.
against.
I see it, and I'm not impressed.
Power of the land. If only you'd brought an old medicine woman to mend your wounds.
Feel the burn.
Yeah.
Strength is mine. They'll burn. Charged up. Feel the burn.
This is exactly how the world will remember you, Yugon. I'll make sure of it. The heart of the obscure. Finish her now. Arrogant enough to think she mattered and stupid enough to act as such.
Yeah.
You have a way with insults I've always admired. Mabon, guide us.
You've nowhere left to flee now. Who are... A Titan. Well, what are you waiting for? Going to kill me like you did the rest? I'm not sure I blame you. I might have done the same. Spare us all a lot of misery. Stop! Face me! There's nothing left inside. What's left?
He followed the Titan into Bavanissos after the city fell. He never told me.
So, we can't get into the city. Mabon chased a Titan into the city, and there's a mist gate.
Is that gate how the other strangers got here? The three we fought?
It seems that way.
So, does that mean it's open?
Yes. And even my power can't disable the ward that blocks our path. Summon the Alliance.
Well, we'll talk to everyone, but then that'll be all we can do today. Wayfinder, there is much for us to think about and to discuss. Is there something in particular you wish to speak with us about? How are you two doing?
I don't even know what to say. This just got a lot more complicated. What about you, Cub? I know this involves a lot of people and things you don't have history with.
Well, it affects you, so it affects me. That's reason enough to care. But it'll affect everybody eventually if we don't do something about it. What that something might be, no idea.
that's not on you to figure out. You helping us is enough. I'm grateful you're here. Worried sick every moment that you're gonna get hurt, but comes with the job.
I'll do my best not to rile your nerves.
Iskarin. Wayfinder, I'm sure you seek answers, but this day has been troubling. I will answer your most pressing question, but the rest must wait until I've taken some time. How nervous should we be about this mist gate?
How nervous should we be about this mist's gate?
If Ura did not deceive and it sits open, then we must abandon caution for action. The race has begun. But another anxiety overcomes that at the gate.
Maban?
I've scrutinized every conversation, every memory since the day I pulled that knife away from his throat. He was sullen when he returned from Bavanissos. And of course he was. He just observed the death of his people. But now I know that something remained untold. He hid something from me. Maban, what happened? What did you do?
And, well, that's all there is. That's all the story. We have caught up with this series. We've caught up with this series. We're just waiting on the new stuff now. So in 15 days we will have the rest of Janthir, and then in October will be the next expansion, but until then we're pretty caught up. What that's going to mean for this series is that it's probably going to end. We're going to do something else on Mondays. I'm not entirely sure what right now, but we're caught up. There's no more story to do. Unless we went back to personal story and went through all of the other races that we didn't do. And maybe redid Norn, because I'm not entirely happy with some of the quality of that. But yeah, no. Going forward with new story, we're probably going to use a different character. I've enjoyed this character for this series, but I would like to play others through the story that we do now. Whether or not I keep this character or not is, we'll see about that, because I do already have 2 elementalists, and don't necessarily think I have a use for a third right now, but we'll see. We will see. But yeah, when the next stuff comes out, I'm probably going to play my Char, unless like the Sylvari voice lines are there for sure for that. I'm not entirely sure, because again, Countess Denise's voice isn't there for that. But yeah, going forward, playing a different character. Stories are going to be as they come out on the Tuesday they come out, or, I mean, if anything else happens on whatever day they come out, but most likely Tuesdays. So, yeah. Mondays will be something else, and we'll figure that out later. Thank you all so much for watching. Very much appreciate it. For this series, and yeah. I'll upload anything that we do in the future to YouTube with this series as well. So, yeah. Okay. With that all being said, I mean, that's the end of the story. I'm gonna just end it here, I think. So, thank you all so much for watching. Very much appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow for some Wing 8 CM Prog and maybe some raids, depending on if that group needs to fill. Otherwise, we'll be doing some Gen 3 variant collecting. So, yeah, hope to see you there. Take care, everyone. Bye.